Hey, you. What's up? Thank you for joining us on Champagne and Conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, we have MC Nice today
Officially in the building.
in the building. What's up?
It's going down. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. I know you've been busy, you've been traveling and, all that great stuff. So we will definitely find out all of the wonderful things that happens. You just returning from Stellar Awards, right?
Yeah, Nashville, Tennessee. Woo. Yeah, that's a
Yes.
whole different audience out there.
Is it? Tell us about it. How was the experience there? This isn't your first year there though, right?
Not well, it's the first year that I've been to it in Nashville. So
Okay.
normally the Stellar Awards is taking place in Las Vegas. We call it Desert Hollywood. Here they was in the middle of Nashville, and it was just like a whole different culture shift out there.
Really?
Yeah, oh, most definitely because
Well, that's where the money
Nashville.
resides in
Yeah,
Nashville.
but I'm saying, but like on they got a street called Broadway out there, which is like the Stellars were a block away from that, and it's nothing but country and western or rock music played at. There's maybe 200 clubs on that street, and every single club had a live band playing at the same time. So it's just
Really?
like you walking down the street, and all you hear is just co-mingling of country and western type vibes.
Where the money resides. But listen, before we even get into that though, what about the pandemic, the COVID? I mean, were people wearing masks, but they just were
Oh
just
no, they
going
was free. We had masks on, but they was out there, like the pandemic didn't exist. You know what I'm
isn't
saying?
that
So
something? Folks are back outside and I'm like, I'm still like, okay, I got it. Go ahead.
I'm fully vaccinated, and I'm still like, okay, all right. That Delta variant is something else, and yeah. So it's like, yo, you don't want to be all up in that.
Okay. I mean, we covered, right? We're covered, we blessed, we highly favored, but he did tell us to use your brain.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
didn't say
like,
be
okay,
stupid about it. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't say,
no
oh, get
doubt.
the shot, and all of a sudden you immune. That's not how that works.
Right.
It's you have a better chance than others of fighting it off.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I still do my vitamins and all that great stuff just in case. So
Most
but
definitely.
you're back and it looks like you made it through and you were able to get maneuver however you did. So you had that part of the activities and then how was the actual Stellar Award?
Man, this is probably one of the best stellars that they put on. I mean, that I've
Nice.
seen or witnessed, because song for song, every single singer came up there and killed it. From
Okay.
from CC Winans to Kiera Sheard to the host. I think it was I can't think of her name. I can't spell her name or say her name. Uh, but it's Key. I say Key. Anyway, she killed it. You know what I'm saying? And she was the
Um
host. She was one of the hosts with Ty Tribbett.
okay, so are you talking about the one that and I know you say I know what you're saying. I
Like
need to get her.
I see the name, I just can't pronounce it. But
Yes, yes, yes. I'll get it in a minute. Yep. Just
Oh,
keep
I'm sorry,
talking.
Jacqueline Carr, or
Oh, no,
Jacqueline.
that wasn't who I was going to
Yeah,
say.
no,
Okay.
so Jacqueline ripped the building down. You know what I'm
Did
saying?
she?
And so yeah, and then Pastor Mike came up there and did his thing. So it was really, really, really good.
That's
Really good.
awesome. Yeah, and
Um,
congratulations on your nomination. Now, what song was that you were nominated for?
Actually, I own one of the largest radio stations for Christian hip hop in the world,
That
and that was nominated. So
congratulations. Super
we're the
dope.
first. I got a Stellar right there. That was the first. We're the first gospel hip hop station in the history of the Stellars to be recognized by the Stellars in regards
Fantastic.
to our movement. But prior to, I've been nominated for the album I got behind me right there called Praise. Let me move. So that was number one gospel album. Fred Hammond, this record, Glory to God. So
Love, 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 love Fred
went number
Hammond.
one. So, but yeah, I was there, on behalf of the station, since I'm the curator and program director for the station.
Okay, so talk to us. It's Dash Radio, right?
No, it's God's House of Hip Hop Radio, powered by Dash. So we're
Dash. Okay.
partners. So we're
Okay.
not a Dash station, we're partners. So we're
Nice.
like a JV in that sense. And we're the first station in the history of Dash to win any type of major award. We're the second largest station on the platform. They have 80 plus stations, 17 plus million listeners. You know what I mean? So we are in great company, when it
Yes.
comes to that situation.
And is it just, do you just do Christian hip hop on that
Yes.
station? Okay.
Yeah, it's all Christian hip hop. We just opened up another station called Rhythm and Praise, which is gospel R&B, like progressive. So you're gonna hear your Jordan Armstrongs, your Kiara Shears, your Jacquelines, on that station.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, MC Nice, we have pioneered through the hip hop world. He's actually, I call it best of both worlds because as we will hear, he actually was on the hip hop side and then segued to the Christian hip hop side, which I think is amazing. And, so we have him here just talking about it. But since the Stellar Awards just happened, we, of course, wanted to start with that and give you your congratulations on being invited and nominated and all that great stuff
Yes,
to
yes.
there. But now, how did you get into the Christian hip hop? I mean, because you were heavy into the hip hop side. So what took you over to the Christian side?
The funny thing is, I started out as a Christian hip hop rapper. When I started, though, it was gospel rap, and the church was saying it was the devil's music. you know. And so I was kind of soured on the church for a minute. And being a creative, I didn't just stop when they was like, oh, the
Right.
devil, the devil, the devil. I left the church, went to, into the secular side of things where I became successful as a producer. Obviously, I produced Tupac, I produced Nas, Casey and Joe, Aaron Hall, was on 8 motion picture soundtracks. One on one, an Oscar movie called Crash, that one. You know what I mean? And but I was also on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I was in a group called Kansas Cali, and we paved the way for urban rock. We ultimately ended up becoming the Rock Turtles, and then from there we separated, and we all did. We went on to do our own individual projects, and I ended up hooking up with the actress Stacey Dash, and we did a record together called "Life of the Party." It was the first time she ever sang on a record, so it was a
Wondered about that. We'll get back to it. But listen, I was going to say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us because he just did the whole interview in just 2 minutes.
Nah, we can talk.
I was
I got
like,
more.
okay, keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah, we got more. So I'm just giving you my segue back into Christian hip hop. So a- as I
Did
was on the
Stacey Dash drive you to the Christian side?
Nah, she didn't do
Okay.
that. Nah, she didn't do that. Yeah, but we did have because she said what she said about Obama that killed our record. People thought um that she was just doing it for that, for the boost
Listen,
of the record, for the publicity, and that was like really how she felt. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And we got co-signed by Russell Simmons. Like it was poised to be a pretty good breakout, but then man, Black Twitter jumped all on us. You know what I mean? And
what
canceled the
year was
record.
that?
Geez, it had to be an election year, so like 2014.
Oh, it was the second election.
Yeah,
Okay.
2014. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
2014. So Black Twitter jumped on it. So I had to lay low for like 6 to 8 months and not do nothing. You know what I mean? Then when I came back out, I didn't make no big splash. Somebody just came out with a record, hooked up with Suhana Machete, and we did a song called Tonight. That
Yeah.
record went number one. Well, not number one. It hit the Billboard charts for 13 weeks. And so as that record was blowing up, God was like, yo, I need you to take your talents back to Christian hip hop. And I was like, yo, wait, I'm close to the Maybach. Hold up. It's about to go down.
You
You
can
know what I
still
mean?
get the Red Rock on the Christian side.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, yo, I'm getting close. What's going on here? He was just like, I need you to go and help our people. And so me having a full understanding, because I was once an executive with Warner Brothers Universal, was a record company called Head Start, in which I was the vice president on. And so I understood marketing. I understood record positioning. And so taking that and bringing it to the Christian hip hop side where that wasn't prevalent, although the artists here are probably 10 times better than the secular artists if you really listen to what we got going on and listen to the beats, we smash it. And so, but I brought, my style of organization, and God was like, they're not gonna know you, you know what I mean? But this is what I need you to do. Take your talents, do what you do, and then you'll be able to lead. I came in my first year, 2017, 5 #1 records on the Billboard charts, including the #1 gospel album. And that set the way, for people to understand that, yo, I was here and I was for real.
Yeah, and with the anointing and with the blessings and such that you were guided through to get there, you were able to shine that light. So that's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
And being able to have you worked with Mace on that side, on the Christian side?
Nah, me and Mason spoke though. So, we haven't worked yet, but we'll see what happens. That's pretty much going to be up on, whatever Mace wants to do, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
respect, and wherever God leads him, hopefully, in that case. But like I said, I worked with some of the greats, Richard Smallwood to Fred Hammond, you know what I mean, to Bishop Cortez Vaughn. I just hooked up, if you looked at my IG, I hooked up with Pastor Shirley Caesar,
Yes,
where I'm
Shirley
going to be,
Caesar,
you know what I mean? And then
living legend.
I talked to Bishop Hezekiah Walker. You know what I mean? And so I got
Won't he
some good
do it?
things on the horizon, right? Won't he do it? Right.
Won't he do it?
You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
and Canton Jones, I got something cooking with Canton Jones. So I got some real things happening that's going to push the awareness of Christian hip hop even more so in the gospel side of things.
Yeah, just mixing the culture. That's awesome, obviously, because we look at some of the artists as, they were the pioneers, the older crew, if you will,
Uh-huh.
with the gospel side. And if you're able to give them a beat that's new and fresh, and they still delivering the same message, then now you're crossing markets and age groups, and bringing it in. So that's
Yeah,
truly the
God,
word.
but God's word is God's word. No matter, that's where people get it misconstrued, is like, however it's delivered, does it deliver? Are people being ministered by it? Is it saving lives? Is it touching souls? Look at
Right.
Kanye West in the Sunday service.
Awesome.
Right. People
Yes, I
clown
love that
him, but
choir.
this dude was saving lives.
I
You know what I
love
mean?
that
And it was
choir.
based on music ministry. Some people don't want to be preached to. Some people don't want to go in and every 2 seconds you asking for an offering. Some
Yeah,
people just need the word, and they need to heal, from that. And and right now Christian hip hop is surging because it's speaking to the people.
absolutely. And that's exactly what I mean by it. Is if that's something that people are uncomfortable about because the traditional, is a little off-putting for some folks, then at least if it's something that they can relate to beat wise or artist wise that they hear, then they're like, okay, let me sit down and pay attention. And then, like you say, then the message is conveyed. So,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that I mean,
what they don't like the fact that it's popular, you know,
who is
and
they? Who are
like the
they?
church, the
Oh,
church, the church don't
really?
like the
You
fact.
think so?
Come on, why you think they trying to? They're saying, well, choirs, rule, or quartets will never die. You know what I mean? Like
I
nobody's
think that's the
asking.
old church. I think that's got to be the old church.
Yeah, but they're the ones in control right now. You see what I mean? So until the old
Only
heads
if
get
we
up
leave
out of
them there.
there, yeah, until the old heads get up out of there, it's always gonna be, this whole, Christian rap is this and Christian rap is that. But at the end of the day, what is our real purpose, as a Christian? What is our real
Bless
purpose?
the people to get it out there. So
Is to
yes,
deliver the
back it up.
word. The gospel mean good news. It's
Yes,
to deliver the good news. You know what I'm saying? The great news. You know what I mean?
great
So
news.
um that's just my take on it. But
Yeah,
if you don't if you don't support it, then you're going to get ruled, you're going to get pushed, to the side. I mean, at one point, got blues was the thing, but and then others came, jazz came, rock came, and then that got pushed out, and then R&B was the lick, and now hip hop is ruling the world right now.
no doubt,
But
no
it won't
doubt.
always, it's just right
Well,
now.
well, and it has had its longevity, obviously, and will continue because so many people have extracted it to learn. It has been connected to this over the years, like you
It's
said. So
developed a lot of subcultures, subgenres.
Yeah.
It developed a lot of subgenres. Yeah.
That is so dope. Well, congratulations on that part. We're going to definitely keep you uplifted as you are taking that journey through, and as you're doing the music in your on your station, and kind of encompassing that with the artists that you're working with. Just blessings on that side for sure. Well, blessings everywhere, but in the sense of what you're doing for that part of it, we will say. Now, as you ran down that amazing resume, we'll back up into the resume a bit
Okay.
to be able to talk about how dope was it to work with Tupac and Nas. So I wanted to find out, did you actually have the opportunity to be in the studio with them at any given time, or have you spent any kind of like personal time with them?
So Pac, I knew outside of the studio.
Okay.
We weren't like the best homies. It was always being at the same in different environments at the same time or whatever. But we didn't really get to work on his album until he passed away.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And so that was a little difficult, where, the man died and here we are working on like 15, 16 songs. Mind you, only one made it. So we did like 15 records on Pac and one made it. But it was the eeriness of armed guards bringing in the vocals and then taking them with them when they leave every day. In the middle of Modesto, we recorded the record. You know what I mean? California, like in the middle of nowhere. So it couldn't be found, couldn't be touched. And you know what I mean? It was just one of those weird things. And it's the same record that was on the Pac is on the Nas record, except there's
Yes.
a little more New York added to that version. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And
Yes.
so yeah, but I met both of them independently outside of the studio itself,
Yeah.
but never didn't work with them. That's the crazy thing is we worked with them, but not really.
Yeah, it was like you were introduced to them and then say, we'll get back to them soon. And then
Right.
unfortunately, well, Nas obviously, he's still here and living legend and gracing us with his artistry. But yeah, you didn't get to actually work with him as that song was being produced or that
Yeah, it
record was.
was. Yeah, at that point, that was in the hands of Interscope. So they just bring you in, you do what you do, and then they take it and do everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a well-oiled machine if you said that they had a strategic plan on how they were going to roll that out.
Oh yeah,
Um,
well that record, because our record is Thug's Mansion, the acoustic
yeah,
version. So
yeah,
it wasn't even supposed to be the record. You know what I mean? Like until, it was just one of them things where I was sitting there and we in the studio and I was just like, yo, pull out all the music. Um, that was actually being, because the vocals is actually to a whole nother set of music that never came out. And the guitar is played to that other set of music. And so, but the way the vocals rode, I'm sitting there with the executive producer and the other producer, and we just sitting there listening to it in the background loud, and it was just nothing but guitar and Pac's voice, and it hit so hard that even the EP on that was like, yo, we need to do a whole acoustic Pac album. So that still may come, who knows? You know what I mean? But
really.
yeah,
Okay.
it was that fire, and the way his vocals sat on it, it was dope.
I'm sure. And so who decided that it was going to go on both albums, not only Better Days, but it went on Godson also.
I'm
So
I'm sure Nas had a role in it being on his record,
okay.
and I'm sure well obviously that came through Amaru, which was Pac's mom's, and Molly, who was um, the EP over that, and Interscope. So I'm sure they worked that out. But Nas, it was on his Godson album,
Yeah.
and so I'm pretty sure that that was his decision.
Yeah, super dope. Both incredible artists, incredible legends. The energy from that, I was so excited to be able to dig into that history with you for a moment and talk to you about it. So I think, congratulations to that. And that was very early on in your career that you had worked on those projects, right?
More like
Um,
middle, yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Because I started
Um,
in, I mean, I'm gonna just keep it 100. I started in '94. So with the first Latin rap group I'm Puerto Rican and black. So I started with the first Latin rap group in the history of rap music to crack the Billboard charts called Lighter Shade of Brown. We put out a greatest hits album in 2000, 1999, 2000. And
Hmm.
then in 2000, 1999, I was working on the Pac record. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So,
So
and I already had success prior to, like I knew Snoop when he had a fade. You know what I'm saying? Like he had no long hair. He was a cool little dude. Came to the studio with my homeboy Lord, who's since passed away. Um, but Lord, yeah, used to bring Snoop to the studio all the time.
yeah, dope. And you actually work with Light. I was trying to figure out, did you actually do a song or were you
Oh yeah,
writing?
the record's never been released. I actually have the
I
record.
kept looking for it. I was like, oh, where is it? And I had my one of my team members. I said, okay, am I missing this? Where is
Nah,
this?
yeah. I'll send. You know what? I'll send it to you as just like
Thank you.
so you can
I was
have.
like,
Yeah,
where's Light? Okay, because I saw like, and then I went back through your, the discography and all of that. I couldn't find it. I was like, okay, I have got to show our
one of
other
the
living legend.
coolest people I've ever met,
Yeah,
MC Light.
yeah,
And and and
absolutely.
and she recorded the record at her house. You know what I mean? It was dope. That whole little experience, especially as a youth, I watched her, coming up, with the Light as a Rock and Paper Thin and
Right.
all them good records, right? And so to be in the studio with a legend like that, and what I mean, it felt so dope, in that respect. But and she came off on the record, so when I send it to you, you're gonna be like, yo, it was at the time me and my former band member, we were like the R. Kelly Jay-Z before R. Kelly Jay-Z. You
That's
see what I'm
funny you
saying?
say that because you saw me say the best of both worlds. So
Right,
that's
yeah.
funny that you even use that
Yeah,
reference.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We were the best of three worlds because we ultimately left R&B hip hop and went into rock. You know, so I got a full
Okay.
rock album that's out there that you ain't heard. That if you listen to, you'll be like, yo, this is way different, but it's dope. And so, yeah, working with Light, that whole moment was a move for real.
It was a move. Yeah, I love her. Definitely. And I saw you had given shout out to Big Fred and that's how I actually met. Like, so yeah, small world, but great people for sure.
Uh-huh.
So now just I'm gonna take a pause for a second to ask you, you have so many genres in your wheelhouse. What was your influence growing up? Just to be able to get into all of that. Did you have like family that was into music?
Nah, believe it or not, my family's into art. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's
Like,
art.
yeah. My uncle was the first black animator ever at Disney. You know what I mean? So he's like named Ronald Husband, big time Disney cat. You know what I mean? And my grandmother was an oil painter. My mother is a painter and artistic. For me, it was just a matter of it's the music I grew up on. I grew up on DMC, Cool J, and Rakim and KRS-One. You know what I mean? Cool G Rap. Like I can go back and that was my earlier influences before you hearing artists of today. But I was more inspired by that. And then my pops played jazz all the time. So, that. And then, back when, because I was around pretty much almost when rap started. I know I don't look, like I'm a day old, but
No, no,
I
we don't worry about the
yeah,
age
yeah, yeah,
part.
yeah. So, but I
Although I
appreciate.
did ask, but we couldn't find it. I asked,
Oh yeah, I gotta give a shout out to my social media people for making
yeah,
that happen.
social
Yeah,
media and PR, because
yeah,
she
yeah,
say he does not say, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna find it. I saw the birthday. I know it said it. I don't even know why I was looking for that part, but I
yeah.
was trying to match it with your production credits just to see
Uh-huh.
how old you were when you started. That was kind
Yeah.
of how I was going to start the
Yeah,
conversation,
I've
but
been
we
in the
could not
music
find it.
business for 25
Yeah,
plus years.
yeah,
Let's just
it's
say that.
fine.
You know,
You're you passed. You got in the code of honor. You're fine.
yeah, and I'm still relevant, by the way. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. Go
yeah,
for
and,
it.
and there's some people that have come, was relevant for that short piece, and they're gone, and I'm still here, still making moves, still on top. So shout out
No doubt.
to God for
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Yes.
uh so those influences is what drove me, you know what I mean, to be creative. Like I said, I was there when at the early stages of rap. So it was Depeche Mode, Devo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of those old rock cats that we grew up on. MTV was a rock station. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you heard was pretty much rock. And then when Yo MTV Raps came, it was like, yo,
Yes.
finally something
And
for us.
finally something
Yeah,
for us. That's
yeah,
right.
you know what I'm saying? And so,
That's right.
yeah, yeah. So that's that's pretty much my earlier influences. But yeah,
So it was only
Rakim was my
rock, no soul of any kind was an influence for you?
yeah. Well, I definitely yeah, of course.
Disco?
When you think about yeah, you talking about Donna Summer and yeah, yeah, I'm very familiar, right? So no, but I was like was it Ready for the World? Was like my group, you know what I mean? Um what's his name? Morris Day and the Time.
Okay.
Like those was like dope influences, Maserati, dope influence. I can go back in music forever, but
Yeah.
I'm just giving you generalized pieces that
Yeah.
influenced me throughout.
Yeah, because you just have so many different interests as it related to, like you said, with the Puerto Rican descent, and then you have all of the rock background, and then you segue into hip hop, and just taking it on in. So I think that's super dope, to keep reinventing and making certain that you stay
That's the
relevant,
hard
like you
part.
say.
The hard part is reinventing yourself and not being afraid to
No
try
doubt,
different things.
no doubt.
And so when I tried rock, like that wasn't my lane. I didn't know that, but we tried it and was successful with it. Landed on the movie Crash and several other soundtracks, and worked with Prince. You know what I mean? And so, well, Dr. Fink, which was Prince and the Revolution, he was the co-founder of Prince and the Revolution. And
Mhm.
so, and we ended up, doing the Pop Life. We remade Pop Life, and that was one of Prince's favorite records. You know what I mean? A remake of his record, and he thought it was one of the best remakes he's heard. You know what I mean? So if you haven't heard that, I'll send that record to you
Yes,
too.
I'll
You
be
know what I mean?
posting for the next 3 or 4 days. Like, listen to this, listen to that, because I think I'm in a session when I'm listening to the music, having a good time. I wanted to extract the best of course. So, of course, Thug Mansions was my thing. So I put that first, and then we
uh-huh.
had to go Fred Hammond. So after that, I was like, I'll chill. I didn't do like your Casey and your Aaron Hall, and and actually I did like the song with Stacey Dash. I was shocked because you did do a kind of a homage to Run DMC with that. It looked as if
Yeah,
going
most
to do
deaf.
it again. Yeah. So I was like, okay. Well, I was like, okay, they'll be like, she is posting for days with his music. So I wanted to pick the best of it. But now you were talking about your family and your family coming from the arts. Is that what's piqued your interest into creating the jammies?
Oh yeah, the animation joint. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. Like my growing up, I grew up on Schoolhouse Rock. You know what I mean? I grew up on
Was
like
that Fat
educate.
Albert?
Nah, Schoolhouse Rock was that I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. Like it
Okay.
was giving you like some dope, and then like you're a yuck mouth because you don't brush. Like it was giving you like some bomb stuff,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then Fat Albert came, and then the Green Hornet was a part of that, and then they had the Electric Company. So it was just like cartoons from my era actually gave you substance, right? And so in this time, so my son, his name Little Al. What happened is he wasn't really in tune with that. He was in the Pokemon and all of this whole futuristic type stuff, and I'm just like, yo,
Wait, we
no,
had the
y'all,
Jetsons. We had a little bit
yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah, Jetsons too, right? And so it was just like I thought it was like, yo, we need to give them something that they can relate to. You see what I mean? And so ultimately created the Jammies. And the Jammies is about 5 kids from the suburbs who sing, dance, and rap. And their whole aspirations is to be the next hip hop stars while dealing with life as kids. So, with the Jammies, we touch on obesity, homelessness, self-awareness. Like, and we have some of the urban stars in it, from Kel Mitchell to Darius
Yes.
McCrary to Uncle Phil, rest in peace, Debo, rest in peace, Yo Yo, Curtis Blow,
Yes.
Kim Whitley. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got a smorgasbord of Kel Mitchell. We got a smorgasbord of people that are in the cartoon, and I can't wait for you to see the rest of the episodes because
Yes.
Tiffany
Netflix,
Haddish. We got
right?
Tiffany Haddish before she blew up. So
Netflix, right?
no, Amazon Prime,
Okay.
Hulu,
Okay. Okay.
Apple
So it was
TV
on
now.
Netflix,
It
and now
was. It
it's
was
on.
the
Okay.
first African American animated music series on Netflix.
Okay. But now you can find the jammies on
Amazon
Amazon
Prime.
Prime. And what
Yep.
is the other one?
Apple TV, Roku. Um,
I'm gonna go and watch them all. Okay,
the old school episode is fire
I'm gonna do that.
with Yo Yo and Curtis Blow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did see that one with Curtis Blow, and it was really, really a good message from what you had posted. But I didn't realize that those clips were still there, so I'm gonna go and check it out so that I
yeah,
can
they
get
got
ready
we got
for.
full episodes up there. Yeah, check them out. I guarantee you'll love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's congratulations on that. So, what season are you in on this side of it now?
We still in the first season. Got a movie situation that's being talked about right now. So the jammies could be coming to the to the big screen in
How
the
dope
next
is
couple.
that?
So I'm excited
Congratulations.
about that. I got a new cartoon that's it's a gospel cartoon. So that we're working on, and I can't wait to announce that. So yeah, the animation game is just now picking up, and it's about to go to a whole nother level.
Indeed. And you keep it really quiet over there because before Pastor Shirley Caesar's post, it looked as if you had not been posting. So you've been busy, but keep us abreast. You got to
Yeah,
let
I'm
us
very
know what's going
strategic.
on.
I'm very strategic because I'm like being from the old school. I'm not used to just posting every day and posting my life. Like, yo, here I am at Starbucks sipping, a green tea latte. Oh, here I'm waving at the beach. Like, I don't, I'm like, yo, whatever's relevant to my career is what I'm gonna give to you. So I was at the Stellars, um,
Well, we want
and
to know about all of the great things, the new music, the radio station doing new projects with new artists,
not just
and
new
of course,
projects. I got with the radio station, I got a festival happening in Los Angeles. It's the largest festival in North America for Christian hip hop, Latin Christian hip hop, and gospel hip hop. We rented out a stadium in Los Angeles called the Bank of California. The festival's called God's House of Hip Hop 2020 Summerfest, not 2020 in the years, 2020 in meaning perfect vision. So we're saying through your faith, you got perfect vision, right? And
I
we all
love
coming
it.
together to
2020
celebrate.
vision, no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
Yes,
We coming
yes.
together, and September 17th and 18th is going down in Los Angeles. I'm one of the headliners, by the way,
This year,
this
this
year.
year,
This year.
really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
that's
uh,
my birthday weekend.
oh, you need to come celebrate with us.
Yeah, I
Turn
need
up
to come.
for the
Hmm.
Lord.
let me go. Let me go pack my bags. And she didn't put that on me. Like, where were you going?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
will be with us partying for the Lord.
Yeah. But I mean, we gonna turn up though. It ain't like it ain't your church. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and people
Um,
think because you're Christian you can't have fun.
I
No,
know.
we turn up.
And they used to do a really big program every year for All Star. And it was something that was like a big deal that Shanita had started years ago, and she's continued to make it just amazing. So yes, you're right. I mean, you can mix that with anything and have an amazing time.
Hmm.
Anytime you're celebrating.
Not only
Um,
that, you're not gonna get cussed out. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get. I'm just saying. We don't. We ain't,
you see me say, oh,
yeah, because you go to some of these festivals and concerts, they
I
cussing you
mean,
out. Every single artist, you're getting cussed out. You know.
listen, if you have food trucks and somebody get in line for the greens and they wait, you don't know. You
Yeah,
might. So
yeah.
don't think that they're still human at the end of the day. But
Real
what
facts.
you're saying is you hope that they're a little more respectful than
Now I'm
the
talking
other.
about the artists. So when you come to our
Okay.
show, the artists,
Yeah.
it's family. So you can
Yeah.
bring
Good
kids.
language.
We're
Uh-huh.
just saying at the end of the day, our artists are not gonna cuss you out. You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna come bearing all the fruit. You know what I mean? They're gonna be respectful, but give you what you need.
Give you what you need, what you came for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And those dates for that particular event again are September
September
17th.
17th and 18th in Los Angeles, California at the Bank of California Stadium. And tickets is www.2020summerfest. That's 2020summerfest.com. And for those that can't make it, we do have streaming for $20 a day. And the beauty about that is interactive. So you can theoretically pick the camera angle you want. You can chat with different people all over the world that are tuned in. You get to play games and win swag. You get to, it's all that good stuff that'll be there. So it's not just your average streaming.
And how long have you been planning this? What did
two
you start
years.
in Okay. All right.
So the pandemic, we were supposed to do it last July,
Hmm.
of last year, but the pandemic hit, so we had to reschedule and to this fall, and it's going to be annual. So this is the first one, but we're going to do it year after year after year. We've already got Africa slated for 2023, so we're going to take the festival to Africa in 23, and then at the same time in Los Angeles in 23 as well.
Yeah, that amazing. I love it. That definitely will be. And how many artists do you have already signed on for that? Do you
70. Look at her face.
really?
She went, what? Yeah.
We will be like partying.
Yeah, it's hosted by Curtis Blow. So Curtis Blow is hosting. We got Willie Moore Jr. is hosting, and we got Chris Chicago hosting. So we got three hosts that's going to be
Free
hosting.
host, and who are some of the performers? The
Oh, well,
performers
yeah.
on.
Well, we got Bizzle. If people, these are all performers from. This is our Christian hip hop Coachella. So we got
Oh,
like
okay.
Bizzle, we got Derek Minor, we got Stephen Malcolm, you got MC Nice, you got Wande, who
Yeah.
just did a show. She just signed on with Oprah to do Young and Gospel with Corinne Hawthorne, Bree Babineau.
Corinne, that's who I was thinking you were talking about when you said, okay, yes, I love Corinne.
Yeah, so and we got, like I said, it's 70 plus. You can go to the site, check it out. But even on Instagram, 2020 Summerfest, 2020 Summerfest, you'll see we got videos, we got everything you need to know about these artists to help you make a decision to either come to LA or to stream it on your TV on your
Yeah, that's
computer.
definitely amazing. And so outside of that, what else do you have planned? Do you have any new music coming, or what do you have going on outside of all of that busyness? If you have time for yourself.
Well, that's a great segue into my new album that's coming, right?
Well,
So
cheers to that.
yeah. So I got a new album. I got three albums coming.
Okay.
It's called Iron Dove, right? And the Iron Dove is a trilogy, and the trilogy is Act One, Act Two, Act Three. So Act One is called the Blessed Coast. That's what's coming first, and I call the West Coast the Blessed Coast. So it's going to be more Western influence when it comes to
We'll let you have a little bit of that, but the East Coast is blessed too.
yeah,
So
well, that's the Beast Coast, because you got to be a
no.
beast to be on the East. You know what I'm saying? So, but the Blessed Coast, is the one. The second album, the first one's going to probably drop in August next month, and then the second one will probably drop in January, and then the third one, the final one, will drop in probably March or the summer of
Okay.
22. And so it's called the Blessed Coast. The second one is 1919, which is based on the Book of Revelations, 1919, going to war. Like, so, for hip hop and going to war. And then the third album is called Kumbaya, you know what I mean? And that's going to be more of your gospel, choir infused type big records.
Yeah, settle down, people. Settle down. Yeah, we definitely need that next year for sure. But you might have needed to put 1919 now because we've been in the war. So
Yeah,
we might need to just relate with that.
just go ahead and drop it. Huh?
Yeah, just let it go. You didn't plan for it, but
Here
such
it is.
so it is. It
And I'm
is.
gonna tell you the unique thing about 19. No, even on this album that I got. So I got a single out called "Dancing" featuring De La Mans that I think it's like number 6 on the BDS charts right now
Okay.
for Christian hip hop. And but I got a record on there with OG Domino, you know what I mean, and the Gospel Gangsters. And Domino was the dude that did Sweet Potato Pie and the Ghetto Jam, back he was a popular rapper in the 90s with Snoop and all of them. So he did something on the gospel side that's going to shock people.
Okay. Okay. Well, and just because you got Snoop on the West Coast, y'all still not the Blessed Coast. We're gonna take some of that on the East Coast, okay?
Yeah, well, hey, it's already, I done coined it. There's a trademark on it. So,
Okay, I
good luck
gotta
with
think
that.
of something for the East Coast. Guys, could y'all DM me and tell us what we can use for the East Coast? Because they can't get the whole Blessed Coast. Come
Yeah,
on.
we the blessed coast. Yeah.
That's all right. I'm gonna have something for you. I'm gonna figure it out.
I actually got a theme song on the album called The Blessed Coast. So, it's going and it's got that straight Western bounce too. So it's gonna be something fierce.
So speaking of that though, okay, so now as your influences for your tracks, you still are using a lot of drum sounds and such, that's obviously that heavy hip hop. So you're still doing that type of vibe, even though it has a Christian
Oh
uh
yeah, like it
vocal
ain't, yeah,
arrangement.
ain't nothing changed. Like if I mean, it could have been, some of my songs could have been beats for Cube, could have been beats for Snoop. It's what you put on it that makes the beat. So I can take
Okay.
a whole beat, by Dr. Dre and just put my own thing on it, and you ain't gonna say, oh, that's a gangster beat. You're gonna say, yo, that's Christian hip hop, because what I put on it is what it becomes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you are able to, as you just did, coin it to that point,
Right.
obviously. If we've heard it before, then we're like, oh, that's a Dr. Dre song. And then, oh, look, he just
Well, but
added
keep but
a
keep in
fusion
mind,
to it.
music as a whole is all about familiarity. So as we've journeyed through music, familiarity has been what sold us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you think
Yeah.
about D'Angelo, he wasn't the first D'Angelo. You know what I mean? He mimicked some of those styles, and we was just like, oh, that took us back. So we went and bought those records. Same with Michelle Ndegeocello, or India Ari, or what's the one chick that walked around naked in Dallas? Um,
Who was that?
she did her whole video naked. Um, I can't remember her name, but she had babies by Andre 3000,
Oh, Erica Badu.
Erica Badu. Yeah. Oh, you didn't see
Oh,
the
she did.
naked
I
video?
didn't know that part. Sorry, Erica. I didn't know.
Oh
He
yeah,
said that
yeah.
part. I mean, he could have given me something else I would have known, but I didn't
Yeah,
know
no,
that
but
part.
I could.
Okay.
But that's the first thing, because I was like, why did she do that? You know what I mean? But at
Oh,
the
I
end of
didn't
the
know
day,
that.
it worked. It worked for her in that, I guess, in that capacity. So familiarity sells. So even me, like, I'm like, because I'm a lot older than a lot of the Christian hip hop heads, I say my music is for the grown and blessed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they say for the grown and sexy. So mine is for the grown and blessed. So I'm gonna give you more mature Christian hip hop than you would likely find from others.
Nice. I like it. Nice. I like
That's
it.
my
Right.
name. That's my name right there. Yeah, nice. Look,
I
nice,
like it. I
nice.
like it a lot. And well, yeah, congratulations on all of that. Your new album. So you say you have one new album, but it's a trilogy that's coming out. So we just have
Yeah,
to.
so it'll be, the first album drops, the Act One drops next month. Act Two will probably drop in January, and then Act Three will drop in the next, probably by next summer, with the movies. So I'm gonna do a movie to all of them. Uh,
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
modeling it
crazy.
after Beyonce's Black is King. She came out with her thing, so mine is gonna be Iron Dove.
Okay. And Bishop Jakes did that too with Envy. Um,
Yeah, he did. You're right.
yeah, he
Yep.
did
Mhm.
a segment. I guess it was three or four different ones too. So yeah, whatever you can do to get that creativity out on a piece of canvas, however you're going to do it, and
Right.
put the messaging out in the world and be who you are as a steward for the Lord, then yes,
Amen.
that's
Yeah, most definitely.
that's what you are here for, and we appreciate it, and we're here for it.
Hey.
And it's been so exciting to listen to your journey, to be able to just touch base with you as it related to all of the different projects that you have, all of the people that you've worked with, and of course now you're the jammies and you're going into film, and that's amazing. So yeah, congratulations to all for all of that, and we look forward to seeing you post the amazing things that you have and your concert that's coming up, the Christian Coachella. Um, that's about to pop off in September. So yes, please share your social media. I know you say you are, just putting that back into motion, but share your social media in case someone wants to DM you for some information.
Yeah, MC Nice LA. So it's EMCEENICELA on Instagram, Twitter, MC Nice Music on Facebook. People want to know, what does MC Nice means? MC EMCEE is because I'm a real lyricist. Like, I can give you some bars. And Nice stands for Novelist. It's constantly evolving. So I've always been known in my life as novelist, through my peers. And so the moves that I'm making now are evolving me into the next, into the next, into the next. So Nice is Novelist, is constantly evolving.
And your character on the Jammies is the novelist, right?
Hey, very perceptive. Yes. And I play that character, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I saw
Yeah,
that. Yeah, your voice is there.
yeah.
Super dope. Super dope. I do appreciate the time that you have spent giving us just all of this vibe and just being able to give us some of your greatness that's happening and we can follow along and participate and just been a joy. I do appreciate
I
you.
appreciate that. Yeah.
For taking the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have MC Nice, the novelist. We'll give him that part. And we look forward to seeing all of the new projects that you have coming on.
Yeah, most definitely. There's a movie coming called Soldier for the King. You know what I mean? And so that's coming with PT the Gospel Spitter. I'm featured on that record. It's been #1 for like 16 weeks on the Internet Christian
Nice.
hip, 14 weeks on the Internet Christian hip hop charts, 16 weeks on the Internet Gospel hip hop charts, which is the BDS chart. So
I don't know how
that,
you keep up with all of this.
hey, well, it's funny, like, you know, you want people. I'm gonna just give you real quick. My mission in life is to create legacy, right? And
Absolutely. That's the
generational
only
wealth,
reason. Yes.
right? So what we don't have as African American and Latins is generational wealth.
No
Like
doubt.
I'm talking about in the sense of the Wrigleys, Campbells, Rockefellers, then
Rockefeller.
Hiltons. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I can
Yeah.
go on and on about who, but when you name ours, you'll say the Winfreys. No, when Oprah died, her money gonna die with her. She'll have her foundation, but are we gonna be really, remembered? Are we gonna really remember Oprah? The
Yeah,
Jacksons, you
we
can't say
will.
that. The
She'll be
Jacksons.
fortunate enough to put it in a place where we will remember her. But
Well, you
yes,
gotta
I know
hope
where
so.
you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, our hope now is on B and J. We gotta hope they pull through and
I'm
create,
sure.
the dynasty for that. But then, when you think about the Jacksons, once they're gone, are we gonna remember that? Are we
Yes, we
gonna?
remember the Jacksons.
I don't know.
We love the Jacksons. At
I
least
don't
I
know, but
do.
I don't know. But I'm saying we love them, but generational wealth wise, what legacy are they leaving outside of music?
Well, and their family, yes.
Yeah, you feel
They've
you feel me? Like
obviously.
the Hilton's hotels and the Campbell soups. You know what I'm saying? The Reese's peanut butter cups. Like I mean, like the Hershey himself built a city. You know what I'm saying? To
Okay,
manufacture.
novelist. So you better get that whole like whatever it is. You better put that plan in motion
Well,
and
my
make.
plan. Well, here you go. My plan is simply this: to become a multi-billionaire. Not for the money though, but for the purposes of being able to build performing arts schools for kids around the country that are independent of state funding, so they don't get shut down. I'm trying to bring the arts back to the cities so that these
About.
kids can get out of trouble.
You put it in the universe. It's a lot of people listening. You never know. You never
Never know.
know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring that blessing on the East Coast. It's not sitting on the West.
I'm
No, it's
still on that.
okay. You can have two campuses. It's all right. It's the kids
Yeah, you
need
can have
it.
one.
But
Yeah,
we have Duke Ellington in DC, and that's probably along the lines of what you were
I'm very
speaking of.
familiar. Yep.
Yeah, and I've had several of good friends to attend that school. So yeah, and what Dave Chappelle and so on and so forth have attended that school, that program. So I know what you're saying, and definitely it is necessary, and that too would increase the legacy for sure, because that is allowing for not just your family or those that are directly connected to you, but those all over the world, all over the globe, especially if you integrate what you're doing now with like social media as well as like online services and such. Yeah,
All
super
right.
dope.
I see you. I see you, Valencia. I see you. I see you. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Where you from?
I'm from here. I'm from
Who's here?
Virginia.
What's VA? I was just in VA. I went to the Richmond to the Domination concert. It was an all Christian hip hop get down.
Yeah, that's where I am. I didn't
You
know.
missed out. Oh, it was
I
fire.
didn't know anything about it.
Well, it happens every year in VA in Richmond. So,
Okay, so now
so
I'm
we need to
charged
get
with
you
making sure
connected.
I got to be there.
Yeah, yeah, we need to get you connected.
My party plans have been booked for the year, guys. I have all the Christian concerts. That's where I'll
And
be.
you can still have champagne and conversation. You know what I
That's
mean? So,
it. That's it.
yeah.
I love it. And today I didn't even do that. I have lemonade for today because I wanted
Uh,
to make sure I was being respectful.
oh, you respectful. Hey, Jesus drank wine.
I
So did the rest
know.
of them.
That's
Yeah.
what I keep trying to tell people. If he made it, he made me so I could keep doing that.
Listen, people get so, they get caught up in that holier than thou, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, Jesus was getting them all drunk. Hey, drink this wine over here, eat this
You
bread.
said it. You said it. Now I'm down with it for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, MC Nice, we do appreciate you joining us for Champagne and Conversations. We look forward to maybe having you on again, but we will, of course, share the information that you have coming up. And we wish you all the best.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.